All 19 foreshadows in Danganronpa trigger Happy Havoc. The series will be divided into multiple parts throughout all 6 adaptations in chronological order. I'm gonna talk about the first game in this video, Trigger Happy Havoc, and I'm going to be discussing the other games in future videos. V3 references. The opening of the anime references the 5 major side characters in V3.
Reality slips far away, fiction comes alive, we start to play. Or listen to the world then, right from wrong.
Told so many lies, I don't know if they can find me. Heads and tails, do you even know the side you're on? Doesn't really matter if it's on the same coin.
Don't be hopeless, stay focused. Gotta climb real high where the rope is.
Cause the sky is the limit.
Hints that Junko is the mastermind. When Sayaka reintroduced herself to Makoto during the first episode, Junko can clearly be seen behind her. She can be seen fiddling with one of her pigtails with an odd expression. It's because she is actually Mukuro, Junko's twin sister in disguise, wearing a wig. Look at the next pictures. Mukuro's face is blurred in all of them like in this one frame. This is another foreshadow that the mastermind is Junko and Mukuro. During the mole scene in the 5th episode, Monokuma says he can't tell them anything beside from my 3 sizes. For those who don't understand, this gives away that the mastermind is a woman. This was the anime, but the game also gives a lot of hints about Junko and Mukuro being the mastermind, so keep watching the video. Did we met before? Read this interaction very carefully.
I'm sorry.
During their first initial conversation, Chihiro tells Makoto that he has a feeling that they've met before. Even though Makoto has never met any of his classmates before or arrived at the Hope's Peak with the exception of Sayaka, Chihiro turns out to be right since all of the students met 2 years prior to the events of the game and had all their memories wiped. Killing formula. Monokuma comments in the beginning that girls can be killed with sharp objects and boys with blunt ones. All the students that were murdered follow this killing formula. Sayaka was stabbed in the abdomen with a knife and Mukuro was impaled with spears all over her body. Whereas Chihiro, Hifumi, and Taka were all bludgeoned on their head, the former with a dumbbell and the latter two with hammers. It even winds up setting up the reveal that Chihiro is a boy due to him being hit on the head with a dumbbell. Sakura was not killed by a sharp object because she did something silly and was thus not murdered. Celeste's true name. Pay close attention to this conversation as well.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Makoto asking for Celeste's true name foreshadows the twist later on. Celestia's true name is Taiko Yasuhiro. Hints about the mastermind. The magazines foreshadow so much. One of the magazines reads the phrase Monokuro the Kawaii. And yet another has a title beginning with twin, see where I'm going with? And lastly, her face is blocked in this magazine like in the pictures. Makoto also comments that Junko doesn't quite look like a photo, which Junko attributes to Photoshop.
Huh? Aww.
On that topic, one of her sprites has her fiddling with one of her ponytails with an annoyed face. She's the only character who lacks expressive hair when shocked, angry, or scared. After all, she is wearing a wig. Many of Mukuro's favorite free time event presents are comedy related. This shows the connection to her talent, the ultimate soldier. Pay absolute close attention to this Monokuma theater nonsense. At first it seems like the usual Monokuma theater nonsense, but is foreshadowing the reveal of the mastermind, a woman. Monokuma can't help but look at pretty girls, and then he looks into the mirror and sees one himself. The shower. Another conversation, pay close attention. Makoto informs Sayaka of the bathroom door being stuck and reminds her that the water is shut off during nighttime, to which she responds with that she makes sure to remember when she uses the shower in the morning. Notice how she says that she's going to use the shower and not take a shower. This hints at her planning to murder someone and pin the crime on Makoto and then use the shower to wash away the blood.
Why me?
This wasn't supposed to... Why? Me?
Mukura's dying words represent her confusion towards the Mastermind. She thought that her working together with the Mastermind made her immune to mural evaluations, especially when you realized that Mukura is Junko's twin sister. 16 seats.
Okay, but what about that other empty seat? There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
まずは学級裁判の簡単な説明から始めましょう。
Celestia's question foreshadows the existence of Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student. Chihiro's gender. Chihiro being a boy is foreshadowed on multiple occasions. During Chihiro's final free time event, you can see his bed is blue. In this game, only the males have blue beds. Look very closely to these two images. You can clearly see that Makoto's room has a blue bed and Sayaka's room has a pink bed. Chihiro has no problem hanging out with his male classmates, but is not comfortable around the females. Hina and Sakura are confused why Chihiro didn't want to enter the female locker room. It's because males are prohibited from entering the female's locker room. And guess what Chihiro is? And additionally, one of the gifts he likes the most is a perfume that is intended for men to attract women. The blueberry perfume. Talk to Mondo.
What should I do? Yeah.
I want to change. It's time for me to become a man.
I'm stronger than you! And I'm stronger than Big Bro!
I did it.
Pay close attention to this Monokuma theater as well.
Yeah. I did it. I killed him.
Monokuma talks about the difference between killing someone and murdering someone. Tragically enough, the second murder is a result of an outburst of rage with no planning involved, and the killer deeply regrets the moment. Monokuma's duplicate. Monokuma shows up with a duplicate of himself and tries to get the student guess which one is the real one. You would think this is a joke of Monokuma at first as usual, but here is the catch. He is hinting that there are actually two killers involved and the students have to figure out who's the real one, aka the one who masterminded the case. Kyoko's body. A new player will miss this obviously, but this is one of the most genius foreshadows in the entire game. Look closely. Kyoko, like all her other classmates, is missing 2 years worth of memories. Her asking Monokuma what she has done to her body is her slowly figuring out that everyone is amnesia. No more murders. Look very closely to this dialogue. Yasuhiro turns out to be right. There are more deaths in the school, but none of them are murders. Sakura did something silly. Mukuro was already dead all the way back in chapter 1. And Junko executed herself after losing the final trial. The same mother. Yasuhiro also predicts that Makoto and him will share the same mother. This is the bad ending, and it is very horrifying. I need to stay here.
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here. This is all for hope.
Makoto had a vision of himself telling him not to leave the school, foreshadowing that they were voluntarily locked up. Also very good that Mondo is helping Chihiro carrying heavy things instead of smashing Junko's body. Look very closely. When you discover Mukuro's body, you can still see her boots and fake nails. Foreshadowing. No one has been killed in this chapter. Monokuma hibernating. At one point, Monokuma managed to have me hibernating for 2 years. Well, before you learn why, that's a relevant length of time. Because all the students lost 2 years worth of memories. This covers all the foreshadows that I could find on the internet and on myself in Danganronpa Tricky Happy Havoc. The next video will be covering Goodbye Despair. And honestly, I can't wait to make the video about Danganronpa featuring. But we all need to be patient for that one. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.